Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1174. Fresh shave. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the end of the weekend. Did a lot of shipping and listing and shipping, little sorting yesterday. It was yesterday weather-wise was kind of one of those weird days where it started out really nice. It's like, hey, it's going to be a beautiful day. And then all of a sudden it got windy and cold. Biscuit and I were able to take a walk. But then later in the day, it was nice. It was nice during the day, but it was pretty cloudy. We got a little sprinkles here and there throughout the day. But then I either took Biscuit outside or we ordered sushi last night. I was making a sushi run. I had thrown a hoodie on because I was just wearing a shorts and a polo. It's like, it's kind of chilly down here. So I threw a hoodie on, and when I went outside, I'm like, damn, I'm glad I threw a hoodie on. It got cold, windy, cold. But I think it's supposed to warm up, and I think this week we're supposed to touch 80. So that'll be nice. So shipping, listing, sorting was my Saturday activities. So my bird feeders are they are loving. The birds are loving the squirrels. And I thought that they were squirrel proof, but one of the feeders is not squirrel proof. So I was actually in the rec room sorting some cubs, and I look out the window and I look at the bird feeder. And what the hell kind of bird is that? No, it's not a bird. It was an upside down squirrel. Sounds like something you'd find on Urban Dictionary. What's the old upside down squirrel? Sounds like So I'm like, that's interesting. Normally I would have been like, get out of here. Get. But I'm like, this is quite fascinating, watching a squirrel climb up and then down, and he's upside down eating out of the bird feeder. And then I think he fell, and he came back, and then get out of here. I did that. I chased him out of the yard. Actually, this morning I saw him but the birds got him. Like, good job, birds. Get that damn squirrel out of here. So I may have to look into a squirrel proofer for that particular bird feeder. Also, speaking of birds and wildlife, so we ordered sushi last night, and sitting at the table eating sushi, watching Jeopardy, and I look out the window. What the fuck is that? It's not an upside down squirrel. It's a hawk killing a bird in my neighbor's backyard. And my wife, oh my God. So I get up. I mean, this was like pause from dinner. I'm going to watch this go down. And I don't know how hawks kill their prey, but it's like, do I go out there and save the bird? Nope. You just let Mother Nature take its course. By the time I would have went out there to try to save the bird probably would have been like, dying, and then he'd just suffer. So just let the hawk finish the job. Finish him. So the hawk finished him and then flew, and then with a freaking blackbird hanging below him. And my wife's like, ew. And I'm like, that's fucking cool. That was fucking cool. So that was what I did yesterday. So a lot of shipping today. eBay. So speaking of eBay, we're going to talk eBay today. Brushing scams. This time yesterday morning, I had no idea what a brushing scam was. Well, I knew what it was. I just didn't know it had a name. So we're going to talk about eBay brushing scams. Hit up my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Buy 7 or more, and you'll save 25% off at checkout. By the way, also hit up my eBay store because there's going to be some really good football auctions ending later today. I've got, I think, 52 Bowman U Chrome autographs and refractors that all of them started at 99 cents with free shipping. And those end this afternoon. So check that out. James Cook, national champion, James Cook autograph. I think it's only at like $12 right now, same price as it was yesterday morning when we showed them off. So a lot of colors and some pink refractors, which are is a color, I guess, not numbered, but serial numbered refractors. There's a few autographs. Those are ending. Anybody that's into WWF cards, WWF magazine cards, I've got auctions ending, and those won't end until next Monday. I put those on a 10-day auction that started Friday night. So already several bids. Somebody sent me a $4 offer on one. I'm like, this might have been more than what I had to buy it now for. So I accepted that offer. So check out my eBay store. I did add some more buy it nows yesterday, some autos, some Bowman, added some autos, some chrome rookies, refractors, few autos. So check it out, 99centcards.com. Link in the description. And when you buy 7 or more at regular price, you will save 25% off at checkout. So we're going to talk about eBay brushing scams today. If you're familiar with brushing scams, it's eBay brushing scams, and this is just my opinion, are the exact opposite of like an Amazon brushing scam. So we'll go into detail on what the hell is a brushing scam. And I didn't even know what the hell a brushing scam was until it was brought to my attention on Instagram, of all places, yesterday from not a buyer, but he received a card from me. So I'll share my history. I don't know. I think I've probably talked about this on Hobby Evolution over the last couple of years. I do have a group chat that I'm in, and they're probably sick of hearing me message them about it because this has been happening for about 3 years since I started doing 99-cent free shipping cards on eBay. And I'm like, there's got to be something to this. I knew there was something to it. I just didn't know. And I basically what it is what I thought it was. But now there's a name to it. So it feels real. But now I'm concerned. And I think I should reach out to eBay and say, hey, this is not me. So we're going to talk about brushing scams today. Let's go to the chat. Uncle Rich is here. Good morning. Whenever you type good Morgan, I say good morning. And then I pause, like, good morning. Good morning, Uncle Rich. Donald Davis, what's happening? Good morning. Herman's in the house. Good morning. Tracy, what's going on? Happy Sunday. James is here. He was in Oak Creek yesterday. He says, I would have went crazy at this guy's bargain boxes. Color $5 to $10 cards, 25 cents. Oh, shit. Hopefully there's something like that next Saturday in Loves Park at the Indoor Sports Center. Although I've got, I would have went crazy if I was there. I've got so much color, so much refractors, so much autographs. Still listing. Does take a little longer, even with Card Dealer Pro. Takes a little longer to get everything right. Listing wise, it's not like throwing a Topps Heritage in and everything's correct. Boom. Takes a little longer for these refractors and stuff to adjust. So trying to get through all of this, and I've bought so much in the last month. So what's my where's Max been? Max hasn't been here. He took the weekend off of Hobby Evolution. There's a word I'm looking for. Agenda. What's my focus agenda for a card show? And so this coming Saturday, the premier card shows at the Indoor Sports Center, Loves Park, my favorite card show venue, turf, and the sport. Oh, Max is here. What's up, Max? And the sports bar that overlooks the show floor. What's my agenda for this coming Saturday? My agenda is just to sell. Oh, Max, he was lurking. Max, you're a lurker. So my agenda this Saturday is not to buy. Like sometimes I'm like, okay, I need inventory. I need more of this certain inventory agenda. So my agenda is not to really buy, because there's basically two types of inventory that I look for. Cheap bulk that I can just throw cards at $1.50 or $1.75 or even 99 cents free shipping. And just, I'm paying a half a penny per card and I can get her done. I have a lot of that. I don't need any more. And especially Bowman. I love, how I love Bowman, which, do a little follow up on my Bowman buys for 2024, which comes out this week. And then there's also like the low end, but high end for my higher end for my store. Autographs, $5 autos, $10 autos, color, names, who's a hot seller right now, that type of stuff. So, but I've got a lot of that. I've got a lot of both. So I'm not really on the lookout for inventory this week. I did have somebody reach out who's from Rockford, says, hey, I've got a bunch of dollar box stuff, and it's dollar box stuff. What is a dollar? When people try to sell me quarter box stuff or dollar box stuff, like I need it to be like $3 or $4 cards to move it for $1. If it's a dollar card in a dollar box, it's gonna sit. Same with quarter card. If it's a quarter card, so it just depends. Sometimes I go into it and it's like, oh, this is a bunch of crap. But then all of a sudden, when I actually look through it, it's, oh, this is good stuff. I'll buy this. Kind of like the collection I bought. It's been 2 weeks now, I guess. And it's like at first glance of some of the pictures and video, I'm like, I don't know about this. And once it got into my garage and I'm looking through it, I'm like, oh shit, this is okay. Yeah, I'll buy this. Which I think I've sold. I think I only have 3 of the factory sets left from my purchase 2 weeks ago. I've sold, how many were there? Were 9, I think. I think I've sold 5, so 4 left. I think I've made over $400 or grossed over $400 on those sets. So, and that was basically like, I could have been like, I don't want that stuff. Factory sets won't sell. Apparently they do. So that was fun. So my agenda this week, my agenda is based, I guess, sales. I guess my agenda is more focused on sales, and I do want to focus on dollar box. I've got some new quarter boxes, but I'm more focused on the dollar box stuff. Basically, and here's how I look at it. Here's how I create my dollar boxes. So, my dollar boxes, sometimes there's dollar cards in my dollar box. But for example, like I might throw this Nick Fortes Topps Chrome rookie autograph in my dollar box. I would put that in my eBay store for $5. It may or may not sell for $5. I might, if it sits there for a couple months and somebody throws me a $2.50 offer, I'll take it. If I list it today for $5 and tonight somebody offers me $2.50, I'm not going to take it. I'm probably going to, maybe go for $4 at minimum, depending on length of time it's listed in my store. Other stuff, if it's color refractors of, prospects that are either still in the minor leagues or maybe in the majors, maybe I list it for $2.50 in my eBay store. That's a good dollar box. So I go through and now it's like, okay, I've listed enough of this $2.50 stuff, these $2.50 refractors. Basically, that's a dollar card to me. After, maybe a little bit more, my net is a little bit more on eBay if it sells at full price for $2.50, but that's a good dollar. That's a good marker for dollar. And I try to be under, and $2.50 on eBay, I try to be below comps where maybe it's a $4 card, $3.50, whatever, $2.50, and trickles down into a dollar box at the card show. So that's kind of my focus. And this week I want to try to get, I've still got a few boxes of stuff that I need to get some dollar box stuff going. So I guess my agenda is focused on sales, But who knows? Guy that reached out to me last night, maybe I'll buy. Maybe I see a pre-war Cubs card that I want. I bought a lot of Cubs. I've bought a lot in the last 2 months, so I need to focus on sales. It's going to be a busy summer, expensive, busy summer. So I've got to ratchet down on the purchasing. Let's go back into some more chats. Hall of Fame card collector Mikey is in the house. Good morning. He got some great PC pickups yesterday. Very cool. What'd you get? Oh, I think I saw you. I think I saw you posted in the Hobby Evolution Facebook group. By the way, check out the Hobby Evolution Facebook page. Join it. Just type in Hobby Evolution on Facebook. Dave, what's going on? He is on the Amtrak train heading to Chicago, the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Little Cubs Brewers action for Dave. Heading to baseball heaven. Wrigley Field. That's a happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Jamie. Herman's in the house. Hawks love to hang out around my backyard. Yeah, we have so many Hawks in our area. Like every subdivision is called Hawks something. Like the first neighborhood we lived in was called, I think, Hawks Meadow. Actually, the neighbor we live in Black Hawk. There is Hawks Landing. There is Hawks Reserve. There is a lot of Hawks going on. A lot of Hawks. Jamie says, I just started selling and got to 300 listings last night. Good luck. Also, I learned that I can take my own photos and upload them to Card Dealer Pro. That's a game changer. Absolutely. Absolutely. So using Card Dealer Pro, you can use stock photos. You can use the stock photos that Card Dealer Pro has in their library. You can go to Google and type in a card, just save it to your desktop, use those. I like to use my own photos instead of stock. Although if it's a quantity listing, it's essentially a stock photo. If you have 100 cards and you only show one photo, it's kind of a stock, your own stock photo. Or you can scan them. You can take photos with your phone. You can take photos with a scanner. Card Dealer Pro is it's a completely separate entity. You don't have to have a scanner, but it does help. Makes things go faster if you have a scanner. Uncle Rich says, someday I'll tell you why I type Good Morgan. I think you have told me. I think you have told me the story. I think the first time you typed it, you told me, but I forget. So someday you can tell me again. Max is here. Low Roller Scratcher is also here. He said, yeah, I did. I listed 2 hockey autographs. They were part of the collection buy last 2 weeks ago. I did some couch listing last night and I grabbed a couple hockey cards, hockey autographs. So go buy them. Low Roller Scratcher, buy my hockey cards. We were watching. We now have we have a list of movies we want to watch. We want to watch, and it's something that I watched in here, but it's on in the background, and I'm listing and kind of half paying attention. It's Sydney Sweeney's in it. Can't remember the movie. It seemed funny. My wife's like, "Oh, I thought we could watch that." I'm like, "Well, I'll watch it again," because I was working. I wasn't really paying attention. And then I was scrolling Facebook as we were watching. I think my wife was watching one of those Beverly Hills real estate shows with all the drama, which I actually kind of get into sometimes. And I'm scrolling Facebook and an ad popped up for a new movie on Netflix. It's the Pop-Tarts movie, Unfrosted. And I'm like, oh my God. And my wife's like, what? I'm like, there's a Pop-Tarts movie. It's on Netflix now. And she goes, Pop-Tarts movie? And I'm like, yeah, it's a movie about like Pop-Tarts. It's like The Breakfast. And I'm like, yeah. Jerry Seinfeld's in it, Melissa McCarthy, and like all-star cast. And so she went to Netflix and turned on. So we watched the trailer, but it was 9:00. All right. 9:00. I cannot start a movie at 9:00 because here's what would have happened. I would have grabbed the blanket, got all comfy, and 20 minutes in, I'd be snoring. That's what happens when I watch a movie after 9:00. So my wife's like, is it too late for you to start a movie? And I'm like, I'm like, and she's like, yeah, it is. If there's that much of a pause, it's too late. So maybe tonight. So it does look good. Trailer looked hilarious. Speaking of, before I forget, has nothing to do with Pop-Tarts or TV. My Bowman order. So somebody was in here yesterday, said their Bowman was arriving yesterday. So who was that? I can't know. Was it Porter? Who was it? Somebody mentioned they ordered Bowman and it was being delivered Saturday. So I want to know, because I haven't really seen much 2024 Bowman in the wild. I think I did see maybe one photo on Twitter yesterday. So it could be trickling out by now. So I put my order in on the show yesterday from Walmart.com. Said it's going to be delivered Monday. And I'm like, I don't believe that. It's Saturday. So I went back and I thought, they did create the label, and apparently FedEx had already picked it up. I'm like, wow. Because then when I went back in a little later, it's like, this will be delivered on Tuesday. So I went back this morning and I looked at my tracking. It still says, well, Walmart says it's going to be delivered by Monday, but FedEx says it's in our possession. But we'll deliver it when we damn well feel like it. That's basically what they said. My Tops order, the label's been created, but I think it's still sitting in Mesquite, Texas. So Walmart's shipping out of Davenport, Florida. Tops orders are shipping out of Mesquite, Texas. So we shall see. Will I get any Bowman on Monday? Mini blasters. And when will my Tops hobby boxes come? So I ordered 10 blaster boxes, 3 hobby boxes. We'll see when they get here. Paul's in the house. Good morning. Low roller. Yep, we just talked about it. WWF cards. Those end next Monday. Football ends today. Mikey says good Morgen is German for good morning. And he corrects himself and says Guten Morgen. James says, I'm going in to SAT looking for 3 players, but I know I will end up buying 5-row boxes. Sometimes that happens. I'm going in with my focus on sales, and I'll probably also end up taking home a bunch of bulk. That's typically how it goes. Mikey says, I just got an offer from you as you were in mid-sentence. That was weird. On eBay. Could have been a delay. I did send offers right before I went live. I sent offers. Sometimes eBay sends offers on their own. I noticed this. One of my dealers, and this was several months ago, said something about, we're talking about eBay, and he's like, oh, do you have an eBay store? And I'm like, yeah, I have, 50,000 plus listings. And he's like, oh, so I'm like, just go to 99centcards.com, and that's probably the easiest way. So I came back around like a little bit later, and he's like, hey, I bought a card from you. And I'm like, oh, cool, thank you. And he goes, yeah, you sent me an offer. And I'm like, I did? And he goes, yeah, 10% off or something. So he's like, I was going to buy it at full price, but I got the offer. So I think when you send offers, I think like if you go in and send 10%, there might be like, okay, this for the next 10 days, if somebody visits this page or watches this item, we're going to send the offer that you had originally sent over. So that could have been what happened. But I did send out. Ooh, that's a good yawn. I did send out where it's like you have X amount of items that can be sent out, listings eligible to send offers. I did that right before I went live this morning. So it might have been just a 20-minute delay or so. Stuke's in the house. Good morning. Picked up some Anthony Edwards cards while they are still in the value boxes. And I've got some Anthony Edwards. I saw that he's having quite the playoffs. I think it's playoffs. And I heard his stuff is going up. So basketball is usually something I don't really list, but I'll go through and I might have a bunch of Anthony Edwards rookies in my dollar boxes. So maybe I'll take those off. I'll look. They might be dollar card. They might be something I list for $3 on eBay, which is basically a dollar card. So bargain boxer, he's counting down the National. I will not see you there. Todd, good morning. Mark's in the house. Good morning. Cooter's here. What's up? Good morning, fellow couch people. Herman says, good morning. Mikey says, it seems like your wife is the boss in the relationship. Yeah, there ain't no doubt about that. She runs the house, man. James says, Bowman is getting listed fast. Yeah, so I'm assuming based on last year, Bowman, we started seeing Bowman hit on Saturday before the Wednesday release. So I'm really hoping I can get these blaster boxes Monday so I can take advantage of the early arrival, because by Wednesday, man, it's going to be flooded by Wednesday and Thursday. There's still going to be opportunity to make your money back. But man, when so much gets listed this early, it's hard to compete. But I still think, especially with the retail, it'll be good for sales. Let's look up 2024 Bowman on eBay already. This is over 20,000 listings, but there's like signature series, archives, a lot of breaks. There are some singles. Let's take a look at some of the sold listings on 2024 Bowman. All right. So here's a perfect example of early. This is how you make your money on Bowman. Early release. Dylan Cruz, Bowman Chrome top 100 card. Sold for $10 plus $1 shipping. So basically sold for $11. This is a $2 card. You know, in a few months, this is something I would list in my eBay store for $2, $3, $2.50. What else? You have Roman Anthony Prospect Power Up Insert. Again, that one sold for $10 plus, so basically $11. Again, that's a $2 card. Let's see some best offers. A Kyle Teal Paper First was a best offer, accepted $4.50 plus $1. Dylan Cruz, here's another example. Dylan Cruz First Chrome sold for $38. $38. In a month, it's a $5 card. George Lombard Paper First, $6. It's a $1.50 card. Nick Lofton Rookie, $2. It's a 99-cent card. So those are some examples of why it's important to get that Bowman listed as fast as possible before or on release day. Jody's in the house. Good morning. Zach and Porter are here. What are brushing scams? So a little background. It all began about 3 years ago when I started doing volume listing on eBay and doing a lot of 99-cent listings. And I think I first started noticing a large increase in return to senders. And it wasn't due to postage. It was usually wrong address, not at this address, number not available. I'm like, well, that's weird. And what I would do is I just stick them on a pile. And none of these buyers were reaching out. I'm like, well, that's weird. You order a card and you don't, and some people buy so many cards, they don't realize it. But it was like nobody was reaching out. Like, this is strange. One of the first messages I received was on LinkedIn, of all places. This is before I went into cards full time. I wonder if I still have this LinkedIn message. Where's my message board? So this would have been 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Let's go back. July. Oh, so I guess I was full time. This was in July of 2022. So a lady reached out to me on LinkedIn. She's an aviation engineer. And she wrote, "Hi, Bo. Hope you read this and get back to me. Hope you read this and get back to me. I'm trying to locate a person named Mark Lehman. I get about 2 to 3 envelopes a day for this person at my place, and I can't seem to find him anywhere else. He doesn't live here, and the post office won't take them back. I've tried eBay and they didn't help. Like, oh. So she's in Columbus, Ohio. She followed up after I messaged you on LinkedIn. I got like 5 other envelopes, I think. I was just wondering if you would be able to get their phone or email or something and ask them if they are aware that their cards are getting somewhere else. I'm guessing they are all baseball cards. And she says they're being sent from different people. So it wasn't just me. So that's when I first like, this is weird. And since then, that was, almost 2 years ago. Since then, I've received Instagram messages, Twitter messages, Facebook messages, emails, you name it. People were like, hey, you sent me this card. I didn't order it. Or I have an eBay account, but I've had eBay messages. Hey, I got this, but I don't buy baseball cards on eBay. So I received an Instagram message yesterday, pretty much the same as that LinkedIn message that I just read. Okay, so let's, from a guy named Mark. Mark says, hi there. Weird situation. My name is Mark, and I received a card from you. Joey Votto. I did not order this card or any card. Never even heard of you. Many other cards have recently arrived at my house from various sellers. Pokemon cards, basketball cards, you name it. I'm not ordering any of these. You got any idea what's going on? I said, thanks for reaching out. It is weird, but I've been messaged about this over the last multiple times over the last couple of years, blah, blah, blah. I said, here's what I think's going on. My response, I says, I'm a high volume seller of low end sports cards on eBay. What I think is happening is people are opening accounts in other people's names and buying cheap cards to build feedback scores. I took a couple screenshots of the order that was shipped to you. You may want to reach out to eBay because it appears someone is using your name and address. Because when I looked up the Joey Votto, it's got this guy Mark's name, address, and even that's his phone number, even his phone number in there. And so I put that. So he says, much appreciated. I read about this. Think it's called a brushing scam. Thanks for the help. So that's the first time I'd ever heard of a brushing scam. So I read up on it. Let's get to the chat real quick. Let's say hi to Nakali Collectibles. I think, is it Nakali? Mikey says, I just bought 8 Bowman boxes from Walmart. I also ordered 4 from Fanatics, and they still haven't shipped. Uh-oh. Well, hopefully you get those Walmart boxes. Orlando, what's going on? Johnny M, what's up? My PO tells me that starting tomorrow, mail will no longer go out the day you drop it off. It will now go out next day. That's interesting. Raphael, what's up? Good morning. Cooter says, good morning, Orlando. My LCS owner says your YouTube videos are his favorite to watch on all of the tubes. Very cool. Kelly Collectibles. Okay. So brushing scam. So I read up on what is a brushing scam. I typed it in the old Google. Google now has AI, which I'm still like, I like old Google search. I don't like AI Google search. So here's what Google says. A brushing scam is a fraudulent e-commerce tactic where sellers send unsolicited packages to people to create fake transactions and boost their sales. This is also known as review brushing. The goal is not to provide customers with free items, but rather to inflate their sales and boost their product's ranking, making their goods more attractive to potential buyers. And I'm like, oh, shit. Do people think I'm doing this? And now I'm concerned, like, does eBay think I'm doing this? Because I'm not doing. I've spent the last 3 years racking my brain. What the hell is going on with this? So that's what Google says is a brushing scam. I think, and this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion because I think brushing scams. When I did searches on brushing scams, most of it was related to Amazon, which matches up with what that definition of a brushing scam is. But on eBay, it doesn't really make much sense from a selling standpoint, but more from a buying standpoint. Basically, these people are buying feedback. but it can't be for something positive because they're using other people's names. So that's the concerning part, is some random person is using Mark in Ohio's name and address to purchase items to inflate an eBay account, which is probably where the scam comes in eventually. So I finally figured it out. I need to reach out to eBay and say, hey, this is happening. I don't even know if these people, I don't think they're leaving me feedback. So I did start, there was us, and I'm wondering if there's like Discord groups or like boiler room groups where they're like, hey, here's another thing where I think I am selling a lot of these people items because I leave instant feedback. Once you pay for the item, you get a positive feedback. And I think this gets around. There was a Sunday once, and this was probably a year ago. I got like 17 or 18 orders. Boom, 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 boom. From different people, all 99-cent cards. And I look, and one of the telltale signs is the eBay name is John Johnson. But then when you go to ship it, it's Kelly Preston. Wasn't she an actress? Kelly Preston. It's like, that doesn't add up. Usually it's 99-cent free shipping. And usually the feedback score is usually it's like under 25. But usually it's very few feedback, like under 10. Sometimes they're a little more. Sometimes I send them out. If it's like over 25, I'll send them out. It looks legit if the names match up. But of those 17, I think I did not send any of them. I just marked ship, and took the money and ran. Guess what? Not a single person opened up a message or a complaint. They got their feedback. I got my money. Didn't have to part with a card or postage. Not ideal, because I don't want eBay, coming after me saying, hey, you're involved in this brushing scam as a seller when I don't have anything to do with it. So I think those are kind of the telltale signs. If you have 99-cent free shipping items, if you give positive feedback upon payment, those are like, they're going to buy from you. And then you can see it based on, okay, this is, although this guy Mark on the Joey Votto card, I think it was all the names matched up. Let me see if I can paid and shipped. Paid and shipped. We want item title, Joey Votto. And, I don't want on every one where I am suspect, I don't want to not send it. And it's actually, a new buyer. You're like, hey, where's my card? Oh shit, it's a real person. Where's the Joey Votto sale? Delivered. Oh wait, we want. Oh, maybe it's down at the bottom. I think I'm in reverse order. Yes, I am in reverse order. Okay. Sold a lot of Joey Votto cards. Here it is, Mark. All right. So buyer's name is Mark. And then it was also sent to Mark. And like everything, Matt, it looked legit. Everything looked legit. It's a Joey Votto Cincinnati Reds card. It's being sent to Ohio. The buyer's name was Mark. The eBay username was basically his first initial and last few letters to his last name. The only thing that was, kind of suspect was low feedback, but hey, we all have feedback. Member since April 5th, 2024. It looks like this account does have one item sold. I wonder if there's a way to, can't see. So eBay brushing scams. Interesting. Where are we at? Let's go into some chats. Where'd we leave off? James, Fanatics is so slow. Got 25 blasters just waiting. Uh-oh. I ended up not buying any from Fanatics. I bought my blasters from Walmart, and I bought my hobby boxes from Tops, which the Tops created the label on Thursday night, and I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna get these on Saturday or Monday. No soup for me. Oh, looks like I am logged in. That's good. Oh, apparently I'm not logged in. Let's see if there's any updates. Last I checked, I can never remember passwords, man. I am not a robot. What was that? That was like the beginning of a song. Hey, I got the password on the first try. How about that? My orders. Was it Living Dead Girl by Rob Zombie? I am not a robot. View order. Oh, how come everything's backwards on my internets? This must be my Bowman order. 2024 Bowman Baseball Hobby Box pre-order. I bought 3 hobby boxes. Shipments. Tracking number. So let's go to FedEx. Oh shit. So this is my hobby boxes. Gotta take FedEx first, right? My blasters are still in Davenport, Florida. My hobby boxes. Label created. Motherfuckers. Still sitting in Mesquite, Texas. Label created on Thursday night. Still sitting in Texas. Mother effers. Come on, man. Brian says, I thought a brushing scam is a bad comb over, but Porter's in the house. Good morning. Cooter says, my wife has received several random Amazon packages with cheap items. That's when I typed in brushing scams, that's a majority were Amazon. And I was reading and it was like dollar items. So somebody out there has your wife's information. Herman says, my post office started that about 6 months ago. It's awful for shipping live birds. And Herman's talking about live birds. That would suck. You got birds just hanging out in the post office. Mikey says, my Walmart order will arrive Tuesday, but my Fanatics will be here whenever since they never shipped. Yeah, so you must have ordered after because I looked back. So I put my Walmart order in here on the show yesterday morning, and it was Monday, and FedEx actually did pick it up on like around noon. So I think if you had your order in by like 10 a.m., it was going to be picked up Saturday by FedEx. Because when I went back at like 10 or 11 yesterday morning, I'm like, maybe I'll put another order in from Walmart since my Tops order is still sitting at the printing facility. And it was now the new delivery was Tuesday. And then I noticed it was picked up at noon. So that's why there's just a cutoff. Herman says, is the eBay account that bought the cards selling items on eBay? This particular one that I looked up was not his. He's only been a member since April 5th. So 1 month from today, 1 month ago was when the account was created. He's got a 10 feedback score, but only one. He does say one item sold, but I can't find how to search it. Bargain Boxer says, are you not going to be at the National? I will not be going to the National. It's not, I'm not going to commit fully to not being there, but I'd say there's a 95% chance that I'm not going to be at the National. Something could come up and I'll go, but I'm going to be out for 2 days at the end of June for my wife and I were going a lot of shit going on. Because the beginning of the month, I've got Anawan Fun Day. So that's 2 days I'm out of town. My nephew's wedding reception, he's getting married like in Mississippi. I'm not going to go to the wedding, but his reception it's sometime in June. So I'll be going down back for that. End of June, 2 days, I'll be helping out for the 1984 Cubs reunion. 2 weeks in Switzerland at the beginning of July, Madison Card Show. So the Nationals just, I don't want to sink any more money because frankly, I get a lot of good inventory from the National, but there's also a lot of expense that goes into it. It's one thing if it's in Rosemont. My Dave Arnold, who's on the train to Chicago, he's not going to the National. He's going to Kansas City. So usually split a room with him. So rooms are super cheap where we stay outside of Rosemont. So just a lot of expenses, and basically it's not really the expenses, it's the time. Like with the amount of time I'm going to be away from my business, I just can't afford to go to the National and spend another 5 to 6 days not working. So that's why I'm not going. Rich says at one point, tons of stuff got stuck in Mesquite. It's in the DFW area. Well, mine's not even are they shipping out of, because it looks like that's where the label was created in Mesquite, which I know GC is in Allen, and that's like the main printing facility. So what's my tracking say? It just says label created from Mesquite, Texas. So maybe is there an office? Is there a Topps office that creates the labels in Mesquite? I don't know. So it doesn't even FedEx hasn't even picked up my package from Topps. There are 3 printing presses, so I'm guessing one of them is in Mesquite. I know one's in Allen. That's GC Packaging. So J2 Detroit, label created my favorite status. No shit, I created it. Seeing Bo start flapping his wings made the whole show. Well, thank you. I'm glad I could make your show. I bet if you Google Mesquite Post Office issue, you'll see a bunch. It's really confusing. I can walk to GC from my office. They were somebody I called on for business when I worked in transportation. Brian was the guy that I talked with. The funny thing was, my contact at GC for logistics was also the name on some of was the name on the shipments that went out to like card shops, because I put a pre-order in for, might have been like Topps Heritage Miners or something one year, and it was basically drop shipped, and it had Brian's name. So I'm like, hey. So I used that as an in. Didn't get me any business. I think they were using C.H. Robinson at the time, and they had 2 lanes. Allen to Des Moines, which was Target's facility, or XL Packaging's facility, and what was the other one was in the Chicago area, Evergreen Park or somewhere in the suburbs, which was MJ Holdings. So they were super cheap. Like I'd lose money. I want the business, but I'd lose money more times than not. And I don't miss that. James says, so dumb when people create labels and not ship. Happens all the time on eBay. Bunch of shit. And I do not do that because I also hate it. It's to beat the metrics, print the label. So eBay, you can, like, when I print the label, it's going to the post office that day or the next. If I print a label at 7 p.m., it's not going out that day, but the next day. Red Light 34, good morning to you. Dan's in the house. Happy Sunday. Talk a little eBay brushing scams. So that's my story on eBay brushing scams. Interesting. And I'm going to be a little more, I don't know, vigilance the right word, but since I am listing a lot more 99-cent cards with free shipping, I'm probably going to be open to more of these shenanigans happening. So we shall see. Dan wants to recap on what is brushing for those who just signed on. So brushing scam. Oh, did I? So here is brushing scam. Brushing scam is a fraudulent e-commerce tactic where sellers send unsolicited packages to people to create fake transaction and boost their sales. However, in my opinion, because I knew nothing about this until I heard of a brushing scam last night. I think on eBay it's the opposite, where I think it's buyers create fake transactions to boost their feedback scores, so then they can scam in the future as sellers, I'm guessing. USPS, I believe, had something on brushing scams also. Where are we at? Brushing. I thought that was going to take me back. Okay. Here's USPS. United States Postal Inspection Service actually has an article on their website about brushing scams. What could be better than opening the mailbox on the front door and finding an unexpected package? I think I think brushing scams kind of really came to light 2 or 3 years ago, and I didn't realize it was the same thing as what's happening to me. But remember those seeds? People were getting random seeds from China, which was a brushing scam. This is how it works. A person receives packages or parcels containing various sorts of items which were not ordered or requested by the recipient. While the package may be addressed to the recipient, there is not a return address, or the return address could be that of a retailer, that's what's happening in my case. There is a return address, and it's from my eBay store. Let's see. The intention is to give the impression that the recipient is a verified buyer who has written positive online reviews of the merchandise, meaning they write a fake review in your name. So basically what's happening to me as a seller is I'm selling this merchandise. It's going to random people who didn't purchase this stuff, but the buyer who created the buying accounts are receiving positive feedback from me, the seller. This is why it's bad, says the United States Postal Inspection Service. It may appear to be a victimless crime. You did, after all, get some free stuff. The reality is that your personal information may be compromised. Often scammers obtain personal information through nefarious means and with ill intentions and use it for a number of scams and other illicit activities in the future. Your fake review may prompt people to purchase worthless stuff. In other instances, bad actors are using a person's address and account information to receive merchandise, then steal it from the home before the resident is able to intercept it. Brushing scams. So I don't think it's as much of a thing on eBay, because we as sellers, we don't know. Like, we just assume it's a legit transaction until somebody randomly messages us on Instagram or LinkedIn, says, hey, I got this card. I don't even collect cards, let alone buy them on eBay. But I think it's more known on Amazon for Amazon items. So what I told the person that messaged me last night, Mark, I said, here's screenshots of the order. Like, whoever ordered this has all of your information. So you may want to reach out to eBay and, they can do an investigation on who created this profile in your name. Red Light says, I made it 13.1 miles and my legs feel it. Well, congratulations. And I'm sorry. Congratulations on making 13.1. And I'm sorry that your legs feel like rubber. Johnny says, what's the point of printing a label and not shipping? To beat the analytics, or to beat the, so on eBay, you have, this is probably most on, guys like me with 3-day handling. We don't need to print a label today and not ship it. So a lot of people maybe not go to the post office every day, or they print they have 1-day handling. So they need to get their labels printed within 24 hours so they can keep up their top rated seller plus rating. So they print their label and it's like, oh, I already printed the label. I've beat the metrics, so I can ship this whenever I feel like it. And, they may go to the post office, today, they may print the label today. They might not, I can't get to the post office till Wednesday. And they just have the label printed. And eBay says, Well, they shipped it, or the label was printed. And I'm surprised they haven't cracked down on that more. Like, it's got to be scanned. But a lot of this stuff, especially with ESE, it's never scanned. So I think we're still in that gray area of how is this going to end up. Unicorn Cupcake got the seeds. Did you plant them? Actually, I'd also reach out to the local PD. There you go. There's probably got to be. Well, actually, I would reach out, maybe not the PD, but the United States Postal Inspection Service, the USPIS. I think that would probably be a better outfit to reach. Yeah, and because I'm kind of with Unicorn Cupcake on this, I don't think the PD will have any jurisdiction. Yeah, I'd reach out to like the Postal Inspection Agency, or a government facility, because it is federal government is being used to get your address and send you shit. Kelly says, with 3-day handling, can you still get top rated seller? Top rated seller, yes. Top rated seller plus, no. Johnny M says, got it. I actually go 6 days a week. Same here. Nick's in the house. What's going on? Sometimes I print the night before, or I print it and then can't get to the post office. Oh yeah. And that's kind of like yesterday. I printed a bunch off, well, I didn't actually just print them off. I packaged them and put the label. So basically, when I print labels, I print the label, I attach it to the actual bubble mailer envelope. The card's already in there. It goes into my pile. It's ready to be shipped out. But obviously, I'm doing volume. I'm shipping like at all hours of the day. So, if I print it between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., it's going to go out the same day. Once I get back from the post office, I do some more shipping, 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Obviously, it's not going to go out the same day. It's going to go out the next day. But it will go out the next day, unless it's Saturday. And then it's going to go out Monday. J2 Detroit says, I print and ship on the same day. It's the next scan that seems to be an issue. But I'm not going to stand in line at the PO forever, so I just have to trust the system that works most of the time eventually. You don't have to stand in line. Just drop it and drop it off. If you're printing the labels, there's no need to stand in line at the post office. You just drop it off, or drop it in a blue box, or drop it off at the counter. No need to stand in line at all. So that's what I had. That's what I had for today. Now you know a little bit about brushing scams, which this has been happening to me. I've been receiving these random messages from people for 2.5, 3 years. Hey, I didn't order this card that you sent me. And finally somebody brought to my attention that received a card from me that they didn't order, read up on it. It's called a brushing scam. And so be aware, if you're receiving stuff that you didn't order, somebody has your name and address and could be using it against you in some capacity. So if you have received unsolicited items from Amazon, eBay, or somewhere, look into it. Make sure that people aren't using you for nefarious reasons. And so I need to reach out to eBay and say, hey, I'm getting a lot of complaints. Not really complaints, but people are receiving cards from me that they didn't order. I don't want you to think I'm creating these fake profiles. And I'm sure they can do like IP address checks, and they know that I'm not conspiring with this. But it's better to bring it to attention so I don't get blindsided by eBay saying, hey, you're shipping all these fake transactions out. And I don't think I'm getting feedback. So let's see if that Joey Votto. Oh man, I don't even know how to find. Oh, I do. Oh, okay. So let's type in Votto on my feedback. Let's see. Votto does not look like the fake Mark even left me feedback. So these assholes, I'm losing money on the 99-cent free shipping transaction, and they don't even leave me feedback, them pricks. All right. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, visit my eBay store if you legitimately want to buy cards. I've got plenty in there. Over 53,000 active listings, over 100,000 singles. I've got auctions running. I've got some great football auctions running right now. Bowman Chrome U. Let's just, before we go, let's just check it out. Let's see. I've got some Bowman U refractors and autographs. Listings. Active. Such a beautiful day, and I'm going to be stuck inside shipping. Okay, we want auctions. I have 208 auctions running. We're going to have to do this by ending soonest. Hope my Bowman comes tomorrow. Okay, let's see. Ending soonest. All right, let's share the screen. All right, so here's some of the auctions that are ending today. I think these end like just after lunch today. I think there's only a couple hours left in these auctions. So there's a James Cook Bowman Chrome U, first Bowman Chrome U auto, Georgia Bulldogs. Current bid $12.50, all free shipping on these. Josh Downs Chrome auto from the Tar Heels. I think he's with the Colts now. His is at $3.25. We've got a Chimera Dike, Wisconsin Badgers Gold Shimmer Refractor. This is a non-auto, numbered out of 50, $2.25. We've got a DJ Ugalele Yellow Refractor, numbered out of 75. Current bid on that, $2.25. We've got a John Mechie Lava Refractor, numbered out of 100 at $1.77 bid. Kennedy Brooks Lava Auto to $199. Played for the Oklahoma Sooners. Autograph. Bidding is only at $1.67 with free shipping. There's going to be some steals today. Romeo Dobbs Aqua Refractor out of $299. It's only at $1.31. James Cook Pink Refractor at $1.25. Brian Robinson Lava Green Refractors at $1.25. Hannah Cavender, she's going back to the Miami Hurricanes to play some basketball. Her Bowman U Chrome Refractor is at $1.25 as well. I've got some WWF magazine cards, about 150 of them at auction. Still about a week left in those. Those end next Monday. So those are some. There's a bunch of football cards that are at 99 cents with no bids, some with bids. Johnny wants to know, has hell froze over? I'm running auctions. I hate auctions. Why do I hate auctions? Because this afternoon, when a bunch of these autos and refractors go for 99 cents with free shipping, that's why I hate auctions. But watching the NFL draft, I'm like, hey, I've got a bunch of Bowman Chrome U. I'm going through. I'm like, damn, I'm likely overpriced on a lot of this stuff, but I just want to get rid of them. So I'm going to throw. That's a pretty bird. I'm going to throw them up on auction, and they've been in my eBay store long enough. I made plenty of money on Bowman U football. Might as well throw them on auction. Same with the WWF magazine. Made my money back on the magazines that I bought at a garage sale for a few bucks a piece. I bought a lot of WWF magazine cards. Made my money back on that. Now it's time to liquidate. So that's why I'm running these auctions, just liquidating stale inventory. And, I think on a couple of these, like one of the WWF magazine cards, somebody sent me an offer for $4. I think I had it listed in my store for a buy it now of $2.50. So who knows? It also brought it back, to the top of search, where it wasn't just kind of sitting idly. So are auctions completely bad ideas? No. But just be careful what you put if you don't want to, give away stuff. I thought about some of the autos and stuff that I got in this collection. It's like, no. I did that with the basketball from the same seller that I bought these from, Tim. The basketball, most of them went for 99 cents. And, I could have put these, for $5 and probably sold quite a few of these as opposed to losing money on them. So auctions aren't all that bad. It all comes down to, do you want to sell things or do you just want to sit on them? Are you willing to take some losses on this stuff? And I am. At this point, if some of this stuff goes for 99 cents to the same buyer, maybe I'm running 150 of them. Maybe somebody comes in and puts bids on 50 of them. Even if they all go for 99 cents, that's one transaction, $50. That's $50 more than I would have made them sitting in my eBay store. So that's the method to my madness. So that's all for today. Over 200 combined viewers between Twitter and YouTube. That's really damn good for a Sunday. So I thank you very much. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Visit my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Plenty of great buy it now items. Fantastic prices. Some chrome refractors. I put a bunch of $2.50 chrome refractors and prospects in yesterday. A lot of serial numbered stuff. Kyle Wright rookie purple numbered out of 250. Michael Kopech Bowman's best purple out of 250. Yasmani Grandal purple out of 250. Lolo Sanchez sky blue out of 402. Charlie Blackmon blue chrome out of 150, just $2.50. Royce Lewis purple chrome refractor out of 250. Anthony Rizzo Topps gold. Some other good ones. Some of these have sold already. So Miguel Andahar gold blue chips numbered out of 50. I think that's a $3.50 card. Mackenzie Gore refractor out of 199. Bregman Topps chrome rookie. A Jaron Duran rookie out of 199. Adele Amador blue out of 150 chrome. Some really good stuff. Only $2.50. Hey, buy 7 or more, you'll save even more. 25% off at checkout. So check it out, 99centcards.com. Link in the description. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. We'll do it all again tomorrow morning. Back to the work week, Monday morning, 7 a.m. Central. Herman's got his eye on that cook. There you go. Good luck. Ends in a couple hours. So have a great Sunday, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.